Welcome back. Now, amid growing political realignments across Nigeria, the conversation around the Igbo agenda ahead of 2027 presidential elections is resurfacing with increased intensity. And so today we're going to revisit that agenda as 2027 approaches. With us via Zoom this morning is Dr. Joachim Ezeji. He is the CEO, Gulf of Guinea Risk and Resilience Institute. You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, now what is your assessment of the 2027 political build-ups, and where do you think the Igbo agenda stands in all of this?
As I was telling you before, when you talk about Igbo political agenda vis-a-vis 2027, and it's a political agenda, the agenda of hitting the office of the president, accomplishing it, and then you have other aspirations. Say that no agenda has been set, because even if there is an Igbo agenda, the Igbo glitterati are undermining it, and so the idea of Igbo agenda, Igbo presidency is being seriously undermined by the same Igbos who should be championing it. And there is no consensus. The only consensus we see is a pan-Nigerian consensus where people from across Nigeria, beyond the Igbo boundaries, are rooting for P2B to be the president. But the Igbo glitterati, political glitterati, are undermining the P2B presidency 2027. Who are the glitterati? Look at the political glitterati of Igbos. Those who are holding political appointments, both at the state and at the federal. Even the governor of Anambra State, the home state of P2B, feels he will be the one that will be the president. The Minister for Works, Umahi, feels he should be the one that will be president. So where the governor wants to finish his term and come and become the president, the minister also wants to finish, wants Igbos to wait till 2031. So this does not speak well of the so-called Igbo agenda. So, and I challenge every Nigerian who believes in the philosophy of P2B to keep rallying around him, so that these stumbling blocks we have in Igbo land to that presidency will be put to shame, and their political career will die a political death. Thank you.
All right, and now, Dr. Ezeji, do you think the civil war had anything to do with the Igbo agenda, and how has the concept of this Igbo agenda evolved from the First Republic to the Fourth Republic, which is now? Just, take us a bit back.
When you talk about the civil war is a bit dated now. So I do not think, the only thing is that I don't even think that it's the civil war that made Nigerians to stereotype Igbos or to hate Igbos. Because even before the war, there was envy. People were envying Igbos because Igbos are an entrepreneurial group, very successful in what they were doing and even what they do up to today. So that brought a lot of envy. When you have all those massacres they had in the north, why did they do them? Because you see how the Igbo mind was thriving. Even in the military, when the Igbos were in dominance in the military, it was still envy. So those who hate the Igbos, mark my words, those who hate the Igbos have hatred in their DNA against the Igbos. Those who like Igbos, who don't hate Igbos, also love them with passion. So I do not want to ascribe or to glorify the Civil War with having an empty. That war was we commit. It was people who hated Igbos issued a statement before he dies. He knows that he's going to his grave with a heavy burden on his neck. I read that thing. I said, why is he still shying away from truth? Gowon should open up and say the truth. What happened in Aburi? Was that war necessary? If he had spoken when he came back from Accra, the war would have been averted. But he pretended he was sick. He refused to do the needful. So let's call a spade a spade. People who don't want it, see, this is a political contest. As it is now, nobody will wait for you. This is not a question of we are eating, we have meat in the pot, you take, I take. Yeah, people are eating and they're taking meat. You can eat fast. If you're a glutton, you take as much as you want. See, if you see the Yorubas, nothing stops the Yorubas now to say, after Tinubu, under Yoruba man will contest, and it's popular vote. If he wins, he takes it. So I don't make myself a casualty by saying the Civil War. The Civil War had to be fought. It had to be fought. Because the war was levied against Igbos. Igbos had to fight. To show you there was no good faith, even when the war finished. What Gowon promised did he do them? He said he was going to do rehabilitation. All those 3 hours, did he do any? They were interested in fact, the Biafra has been declared because when you look at these circumstances that followed, when Adaka Boro declared Republic of the Niger Delta, and that was foiled. I think Ojukwu was the one that foiled it. He fought them and foiled it. Then after some months, Ojukwu had to declare Biafra. So they felt, you want to take over the oil fields in the Niger Delta. So that was why Nigeria did the war to suppress the Igbo man and they have it. Nobody contesting the oil fields with them. If the war has even moved, it's moving beyond oil, so it doesn't really count anymore. And by holding it down, Nigeria has also held itself down. People might have what is required to uplift this country. So if P2B is supported to be president, that is where we all stand. We will follow P2B because he has been able to elicit a lot of interest from all Nigerians, a lot of support, endorsement from across Nigeria. No Igbo politician have been able to do it. I was listening to Audio Carlo when he was rambling. I'm sorry to use the word rambling. He thinks he has is senior to P2B followership. Let him come and test his popularity. These are people who are waiting in the wings to become president. So they want to foil every attempt. They think Igbo president will be an arrangee among the elites. It won't be an arrangee among the Nigerians that decide who will be the president. No, they will. Because those guys you see have always not won election by popular vote. These have always been behind under the table arrangement. Because Nigeria is growing. Nigeria is getting out of that kind of mechanical contraction where some people decide who will rule Nigeria. But Nigerian policy is also structured that way because when you have primaries is a system that enables the elites to decide who should even be in the front line, who will be in the front line in the first place.
Now,
we really have to say that because and they don't have to
Dr. Ezeji, if you can hear me, from what you've said, you've made mention that the Igbo agenda is undermined by the Igbo people, and you've given some instances as to how. But I also want to get your opinion on why you feel that, why is it so? Why does it seem like the Igbos are divided among themselves? Because you've mentioned P2B and how even the other Igbo politicians are not aligning with him as they should. So I'm asking you, why is it so? Why do you think that the Igbos look divided among themselves?
You see, one problem we have in Igbo land, everybody wants to be the king. Everybody wants to be the king. That is the thing. And you find some people, when you look at Audio Okpali's recent interview, from what he said, he wants to be the one that will be the president. If the president will come from Igbo land. Where do you think Governor Soludo is busy mounting all those talks against P2B, because he feels he's a professor, he should be the one to become president from Igbo extraction. Then you look at Umahi, the way Umahi talks. Minister, he has been governor, minister, he feels Tinubu will make him president. So the thing is quite unfortunate. Even when you go to River State, our brothers there, you have somebody like Nyesom Wike, who feels he should be the president. The same thing with Rotimi Amechi. All of them are angling to me because they feel the Igbo that should be president should not come from the south. Probably it should be from the south. So that's the problem we have. Until we have a consensus, that's why I'm telling you, if there's an agenda for Igbo presidency, we'll decide who should go for us. But I can bet you that one will not be possible because there are a lot of, in Igbo land, everybody is king in his house. Everybody feels he's king. And the way they talk down on other people, they want to be president themselves. So, but there is consensus around P2B. You have the hoi polloi, the poor people, the masses, they are voting P2B. So what P2B needs is a strategy to structure that support properly across Nigeria. The protecting votes by ensuring that any game made will not be lost. And if somebody was touting to be that he makes friends with the poor people, poor people, because this will tell you how they look down the poor people in Nigeria, and they are busy expanding the poverty. You saw this Ketu Kom was talking about his urchins. He described poor people in Nigeria as urchins. But asking what is his own background? What is his own background? Where are they coming from? All these things, all this hustling, is he not hustling to remove himself from poverty? So my good people of Nigeria, it's time for us to extricate ourselves from the manipulations of the Igbo political glitterati. P2B does not glory in those things.
All right. Now, Dr. Joachim, a few persons are clamoring for the amendment of the Constitution so that the Igbos will be included, while some are saying that, oh, we should have a proper review, or rather remove the Constitution and make a fresh one. And recently, the National Assembly Committee, they are proposing for 6 more states in, every geopolitical zones. And we've had cases of the Southeast trying to, include more states like the other states. What are your view? What is your opinion on in all of this?
When you talk about state creation, you talk about constitution. The people that made the constitution, I think the military. It was, I would call it the constitution of the military. The military made that constitution. Yeah, there are aspects of the Constitution that appears to tie Nigerians down from exercising their right to maybe like protest, to people the right to aspire to the higher offices and all those things. But they at least maintain that the Constitution as it is can still be used as a working document. So they will keep amending it as we move along. The problem we have in Nigeria is not really the Constitution, but the people. There is no unity of purpose. People are not honest and sincere to themselves or to the nation. So when you talk about they use the Constitution as an alibi, they use the Constitution as an excuse. Constitution is not really a problem. When you talk about states, when you talk about the states, creating new states, is a good thing, and we need it because we need all the political zones should have the same number of states, whether a landmass is small or not, because you have a dense population in the southeast. You have a dense population. Other people who mock the southeast and say they don't have land mass, they don't have population. During census, let them allow all the Igbos everywhere to come back, to come home. They will be the one that will cry, oh, they are doing business in our land. Why are they going home? Let our people come back home and let's count it. Let them tell us, why are they removing tribes from census? Let them do census, even where you are, write their tribe, write their region, and let Nigeria, let the people organizing it be sincere. And then we'll see who will be the highest in number. So the state creation should happen. I saw yesterday that they want to create a state. They have given us two options. I think one option, not two options. They have created a state. They plan to create a state in Anyoma side of Delta State. Then create one in Igbo State that will cover almost all the 5 states. But I don't.
All right, it seems that Dr. Ezeji is having some connection issues. But while we wait for him, Lillian, what are your thoughts about this idea of the Igbo Agenda Con 2027?
Well, my idea, I think we might be included, seeing that everybody's running helter-skelter to, find a place, like a propaganda to include the Igbo so that they can be favored during the election. We're seeing, what is his name? Nnamdi Kanu in prison, and the West trying to agitate and get the Igbos to trust them, like Showore did. Yeah. And Atiku, they started making protests, and all that, and now they are proposing for states, to include.
Do you think that will be beneficial to the Southeast or to the Igbos as a whole?
Of course.
Addition of a new state. Of
course, I think it will go beyond being equal. At least we'll be included in politics. Different states will have budgets, will have inclusion, and
well, some are saying it's propaganda, for 2027. There are a lot of things about winning the hearts of the Igbo people 2027, like this Nnamdi Kanu you mentioned.
Right.
Now. Some people also have the opinion that all the things surrounding it could be a way of
even if it is propaganda, it is a welcomed. It is welcome, honestly, because Nigerians have been agitating for this particular creation of states for years. I think there is somebody we had here concerning the
Anioma,
yes, for the states to be created. People have been going on about this for years. But my problem is it's not just about this being in National Assembly trying to propose and all that. Will it be implemented? How long will it take for all of this to come to pass?
You're asking the right questions, but our guest is back on the line. Dr. Ezeji, if you can hear us, you're welcome back.
Thank you.
Now,
thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, when you left a few moments ago, we spoke about this issue of Nnamdi Kanu, and I just want to ask you, we're seeing that, this separatist movement, we're seeing that the Southeast has experienced a lot of insecurity and, agitations for Nnamdi Kanu. And there has been a lot of debate as to, the agenda behind it. Some say that Showore, that led the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu protest, has his own agenda. And that the president as well has his own agenda for still holding Nnamdi Kanu back, even after the court has demanded his release. So I would like to know, what do you think about it? Do you think that this is some form of propaganda or some form of agenda for 2027 elections?
You see, I was discussing with a friend and a neighbor where we live in Abuja. So it was over a dinner meal. So the issue of Nnamdi Kanu came up. The guy is not even. Yeah, the president wanted to release Nnamdi, but the Igbo governors are refusing. They discourage the president. It's likely that I believe of governors we have in the southeast for political gains, the one whose voice is sounds the loudest, and the governors want to be that one. So they want somebody like Kanu can turn the table. So there's so much fear of Kanu coming back before 2027. So what I will leave it within the realms of speculation without really coming out to indict anybody. And the matter is court. So we'll give the court the free hand to decide without infecting the court with our biases. So protest or no protest, the president, I believe that the president of Nigeria is mature enough. He understands politics. He knows what is right and what is wrong. The only problem I have with him, he may be looking at political calculation and expediency. But I can sit here and tell Tinubu, our president, that if Nnamdi Kanu is released today, he will reap the political gains. He will reap it. He shouldn't allow anybody to advise him otherwise. Even all these governors that are leaving their party in the southeast and going to the other party, I can bet you that they will lose their seats. That new party.
All right. Can you hear me? Dr. Ezeji? Dr. Ezeji, if you can hear me, please say something. Well, Uche, while we wait for Dr. Ezeji,
my network is breaking down.
I've had this thought about the one-party state. Okay, I hold our thought. I think he's back. Now, Dr. Ezeji, if you can hear me.
Hello?
All right. Now, the 2023 elections, brought the Muslim ticket, to the center of Nigeria's political discourse. And currently, some political juggernauts are saying that Nigeria is gearing toward a one-party state. What is your view from the Muslim ticket to Nigeria turning to a one-party state?
Nigeria will not turn into a one-party state. Take it to the bank. People like us will float our own party, because you have a one-party state where other parties are forbidden. Our law, our constitution has not forbidden. If Akpabio likes, let him go and try it. If that's where they are heading to, let him bring APC have a majority. If they do it, they will be the immediate casualties. So take that to the bank. And then we talk of Muslim ticket. Muslim ticket is a misnomer. Unfortunately, we allowed it to happen. But that election that brought in Tinubu, we need to audit that election. The so-called glitch need to be audited. If Nigeria is sincere, I don't think the Muslim ticket won that election. I do not think the Muslim ticket won that election. That election was an imposition until it's audited. How can you do a presidential election that was so contentious, and they are saying you are doing another election next year, and you know that the machines will be needed in the court? You went and wiped it. Can't you see it? When they say there was a glitch, we need to audit that glitch. And as much as these things are still in suspense, that election was a complete fraud. The court can decide not to talk about it, to give us what we want. We will swallow it. What is legal may not be moral. So when you look at the morality of that election, you see that the Muslim ticket actually did not win that election, because Nigerians did not vote for it. It was an imposition. And those who imposed it are afraid of 2027 because they will be thinking of the excuse they will use. What else will they use? And you know that glitch, the issue of glitch will not even come. So Nigerians should be ready for their freedom. When P2B was moving around saying Nigerians take back their country, did they allow Nigerians to take back their country? So Nigerians have to be ready to take back their country this time around. So when you say Muslim ticket, Muslim ticket, I say, did not win that election until an audit of the processes of that election are done and done by independent auditors. Then we understand what caused the glitch and why INEC had to be limited to number of machines he had to use. That when the election was still being disputed, you were busy wiping the system. So we are not zombies. We are not zombies. Thank you.
All right. A very big thank you to you, Dr. Joachim Ibezimako SLTV. Thank you so much for coming to Signature Morning today. Thank you. All right. Now, we just spoke about 2027 political build-ups, revisiting the Igbo agenda with Dr. Joachim. Now, we will go on a short break. When we return, Signature Morning continues.